Hey, I've been working on my trailer. It's been a long process, but we've been fixing all the things up, and as I've been fixing it up, I had a guy tell me to use teak oil on the outside. And I've done a couple other videos about it, and I can show you. I've done, this was wax. This was done about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, and you can see that it's already kind of oxidizing over it, and if I brush it, it will brush up a little bit, but other places it doesn't. And then I did the teak oil here. You can see it's nice and shiny. It's still shiny. I didn't do a really good job because you can see I didn't do it down here, but I haven't done the back yet. You can see it's oxidized really bad. But last week I did this side of the trailer, and you can see clearly that the teak oil really shines it up and makes it look very nice. The one thing that the teak oil didn't get off is in certain areas there's a little bit of, especially on the corners, because I used mineral spirits when I resealed it, and so on the corners it's kind of dirty because the mineral spirits, when I was putting the goo in, left this dirty mark. So when I was working on the front of the trailer today, there was some of those dirty marks, and particularly right here there was a bunch of that kind of dirt, and then this dirt was here. And so I wanted to figure out how to get that off, and I tried soapy water, and that washed off just the little top layer of grime. And then I used mineral spirits here, and you can see it kind of left dirt. And I don't know if it's left over from the wax from years and years ago. It's been 14 years since it's been waxed. And then I tried the, so that was the mineral spirits, and it just still left this dirt, you can kind of see. And then the teak oil that I've been using takes it off really well. You can see right here, it's very clear. You can see there's still a little bit of dirt in the creases, but for the most part it took off most of it. But then as I got through here, I'm not quite sure why, like I said, it's been sticking on more. So here's with the teak oil, and then here is the mineral spirits. So you can see the teak oil took off more than the mineral spirits did, but neither of them took off the goo that was around this, where that little thingy goes. So the soap didn't do it, the mineral spirits didn't do it, the teak oil didn't do it. So I went and got this Totally Awesome cleaner. You can get it at like dollar stores, or pretty much quite cheap, and I just squirted it onto a paper towel, and it took all of the stuff. I had to scrub a little bit, but I scrubbed with the scrubber brush and soap, and I scrubbed with the mineral spirits and everything. It didn't take it off, but you can see the creases where that dirt was is now clean. So if there's an area before you use the teak oil, because look how shiny that teak oil makes that, it just looks great. And you can see down below where I haven't done versus, well, I hope you can see it, but anyway, it's nice and shiny. It took off all the oxidation. You can see where I have stopped and how blotchy it really is down there. This side I did last week sometime. Didn't really do the bottom very well. I was in a hurry. It was late at night and it was getting dark, but anyway, the Totally Awesome cleaner, so like right here I used the scrub brush, and you can see where the scrubber takes them off. You can tell where I used the mineral spirits when I was doing the window, because it's a little cleaner here than it is out here. But I'm pretty sure that with a little bit of scrubbing, the Totally Awesome cleaner will take it off. And this is, I use mineral spirits on here, and anyway, so it did take scrubbing. I had to scrub for a minute to get it off before, but I scrubbed with the mineral spirits and I scrubbed with the teak oil, and it didn't come off. And you can see it's starting to come off. I think it works better if you actually spray it onto the paper towel. But it didn't come off with the scrub brush, and it didn't come off with the teak oil, and it didn't come off with the mineral spirits. But you can see with the Totally Awesome cleaner, because I think the other one's covered up with the oils. But there it is. If I scrub a little bit more, it will come off, but you can see that spot is now clean. So I'm just going to use that Totally Awesome cleaner all along that area right there and get that stuff off of there. Anyway, it does take a little scrubbing, but you know, what is that, about 10 scrubs and it's already coming clean right there. So if you're having a hard time getting something off your trailer or the side of your car, that's definitely the way to do it. I'm going to have to reseal that teak oil area where it drips down because it definitely cuts through. But yeah, there's that streak where the drip came. So I'll just use the teak oil over that. But it's nice to know that what will help clean that. So this is the side. You can see it reflecting, definitely shiny and nice. That's the teak oil side. And I showed you how many months it had lasted on the other side. And I started doing this side, and then not this side. Well, I did just kind of rub a dirty one right here a couple months ago, and you can see it'll shine up pretty well, but I didn't actually use the whole teak oil on it. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you is the top of this. This I did about 3 months ago. See it? It was paper thin. I could see right through it, and it was getting brittle. And this is actually how I heard about the teak oil. I started, and it was so faded you couldn't even see this at all. And so I just took the teak oil, wiped it on. It got darker and prettier, and then I just took some Sharpie and just filled in some of the darker area. But for the most part, that all shined up with just teak oil, and that I did a couple months ago with the teak oil, and it's stayed nice and bright. So definitely an answer to prayer, that teak oil. It works wonders. So I'm excited to get this side done. Good luck.